Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to change things up a little bit. Recently on Instagram I went from like 35 followers to over 200. So I have to say thank you to all my new Instagram followers. I hope you enjoy my bookish account. You all seem to, and you seem to stick around, so I'm glad to have you. For those of you who aren't following me currently on Instagram, I will leave it down below. It is at ShayGeeksOut. And so over on Instagram, what I did is a Q&A. So I threw it out there that I wanted to film a Q&A. And so I asked you guys to ask me some questions. So I've got several here. Pardon my cat, who will probably try to climb the Christmas tree next to me. Clearly, I changed locations just for this one, just because it's fun. It's a change of scenery, and that way you don't get sick of just staring at my same old bookcase all the time. So anyways, let's go ahead and dig into the questions. So the first question came from the guy with the book, and he asked, what was the first book you ever reread? I've been thinking about this since he sent it. He was one of the first questions to come in, and I would have to say it was probably The Secret Garden. I remember reading that tons as a kid, over and over and over. I remember my particular edition I had, it was green, it had a picture in the middle. If I can find a picture of it, I will insert it here. But it was so beautiful, and it was so worn out and thrashed. I think my parents might still have it somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure. I think we ended up having to finally toss it because it was so broken and worn out. I'm hoping to get a new copy soon of The Secret Garden. I would love to read it again. I just remember it bringing so much joy and fun into my life, and it's one of the things at a young age that got me into reading, because Harry Potter didn't come out till I was 7th or 8th grade. So I didn't even really, I was kind of, through my young years, that was kind of the stuff that I read. Okay, the next one is from @TianaLynn. Why are you so awesome? Well, Tiana and I go way back. She knows exactly why I'm awesome, but I think it's just I have an awesome-tastic family and an awesome-tastic support system, and their awesomeness rubs off on me, so it makes me awesome. So that's going to be my answer for today. Okay, Unicorn3 Girl asks, what inspires you most? Oh, that's a really tough question. I think the thing that inspires me most is the fact that I spent a long time pretending to be somebody that I wasn't, and that inspired me to just forget about what everybody else thinks and to just be myself. And ever since I've done that, my life has kind of fallen into place. I've been much happier, and it brought me to my wonderfully amazing geeky husband and all those kind of things where my life just kind of started to fall into place once I started to, inspire myself by being myself. Does that make sense? That might be a totally cop-out answer, but it's the only one that I can really come up with. All right, next one is from AF Bobcat. What is your favorite movie? Okay, so favorite, live action film is The Princess Bride. I mean, hands down. I've watched it since I was tiny. My parents were cute. They even, edited some of the more intense parts because we were all so young in my house when that first came out. So I got a DVD copy for my 16th birthday, and it looked completely different. I'm like, no, this isn't right, because it wasn't the adaptation that I knew. And then I found out that my parents had edited it and made them fess up to it. And I was kind of upset at first, but I've just grown to love them for it, because they just wanted to protect me, and I love them. All right, Reflective Shay asks, what anime did you watch first, and which anime is your favorite? So the first anime I technically ever watched was Pokemon, the original Pokemon series. My younger brother was really into Pokemon when it first came out. And so I would end up watching it with him. I enjoyed it, but I pretended to not. Because, at the time it wasn't cool to like anime, and I was a little too old for Pokemon, supposedly. And anyways, clearly I'm over all of that now. But the first anime series that I chose and watched all the way through, because I only saw bits and pieces of Pokemon until I was older, like a grown adult, within the last 2 years. But when I started dating my husband, he said, he started to introduce me to some Ghibli, and he's like, there's this show I want to introduce you to. And I'm like, okay, what's it about? So he introduced me to Sword Art Online, It is my favorite anime to date. I love both 1 and 2. It's got 2 seasons, so it's like about 50 episodes. Second to that would be Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail would be my other favorite. So if I can't include Sword Art as both, then Fairy Tail would be my other favorite one. So Win with Slim Jim asks, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Hands down, The Muppet Christmas Carol. It is my favorite. I have to watch it every year or it doesn't feel like Christmas. Second to that would probably be Elf. It is really the only Will Ferrell movie I really love. I know a lot of people love Will Ferrell, so don't stone me for feeling that way. But it's the only one I really truly enjoy him. He's such a fun, quirky character. And the other ones, he just gets too crass for me. I enjoy the innocence, I guess, of Elf. Quality Pearls asks, where would you like to travel? Pretty much everywhere. I've seen a lot of the West Coast. I still haven't been to Oregon or Washington, which I would love to go to. I'd like to go to Florida, do the whole Disneyland, Orlando Studio, or Disney World, Orlando Studios scenario. I'd love to go to Texas. Most of the East Coast, Boston in the fall. I've been to Manhattan technically once. I would love to go again. I was only there for like 12 hours, so I really didn't get to see much. So I'd love to go and spend a couple days and really see the sites I wanted to see. And of course, there's international travel. I have been to Brazil. I have an older brother that lives there with his family, and so I've been a couple times to see him. But I would really, mostly, I want to see all of Europe. I would like to go to Australia and New Zealand sometime. I've always wanted to see them. They seem like beautiful countries. And, that's kind of just where things are at, I guess. That's a lot of different places. Specifically in Europe, I would need to go to Ireland, Scotland, England, France, Italy, Germany. Pretty much all of it. I would love to go visit Israel. I think that would be really cool. My mom got to go in her college years, and so I've kind of always wanted to go because of that. But it's a lot scarier to travel to Israel now than it was lots of years ago. I have one last question. Backy Zap asks, what are your favorite hobbies, and do I collect anything? Outside of reading and collecting books, when it comes to hobbies, I enjoy crafting a little bit. I really like home decor kind of stuff. Like, I love to go decor shopping. I wish I was made of more money so I could just buy more things. I collected Beanie Babies through my teenagers because that was kind of the it thing to collect at the time. I've got some really rare ones that, they really didn't make very many of, some of the really old ones. And outside of that, I don't really collect anything except Pokemon in my Pokemon games. So, I guess that's it for this particular Q&A. Thank you all for submitting questions and for sticking around. I will be posting more videos as the week goes on. If you are coming over from Instagram and you're not following, not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to stick around. And again, thank you to all my followers over on Instagram. I am doing an Instagram giveaway. Once I reach 250 followers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. It'll probably be like X amount of dollars on Book Depository. I haven't officially signed on that yet, so it will be an international giveaway. It'll either be Amazon or Book Depository is kind of what I'm leaning towards rather than a specific book like my last giveaway. So I hope you all stick around, enter the giveaway. Have an awesome day. Bye, guys.